Direct, speed, typical to what you've seen when I was playing, running. I want those little avatars burnt out by the end of the 90 minutes. I'm using all my subs.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One Soccer. I'm your host for today, Josh Deming, joined by my colleague Alex Gonge-Ruzik, and our special guest coming on for an exclusive interview, Tosin Ricketts. Toss, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad. Excited to talk with you. It's going to be an interesting interview, I think.
I mean, let's just start with the big news. Of course, you're going to be taking up the controller and getting to a different sporting realm, the eSports realm, and becoming an eMLS player. I guess just to start, Toss, how excited are you to become the first MLS player to take that plunge and join the eMLS circuit?
Well, it's a childhood dream. You know, I remember back in the days when I was younger, my older brothers playing Atari, you know, the first Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, all those stations. You know, when I was growing up, I had a passion for playing video games. So now that I get to step into this new role and become the eMLS player, it's kind of like a childhood dream, but also very, very much fun and you know, could be very influential as well.
Awesome. Now, just to go back to your playing days, what were some things that you took away from your spells in Europe, and how do you think that shaped you as a young professional?
Wow, loaded question because I had a spell there. Been to a lot of different cities, countries, played for a lot of different teams, but the biggest thing I took from my time in Europe was just growing as a person, you know, encountering many different cultures, religions, many different scenarios, obstacles, adversity, you know, encountering these things and overcoming them really shaped me as a person today and really helped me develop the skills that I'm using now in my current occupation.
Then obviously you got the chance to come back to Canada and play for Toronto FC. You won a treble. Just how was that experience being a part of a trophy winning team like that? And also the role you played, super sub. It can be tough sometimes just because you're sitting on the bench. You don't know when you're going to come in, but you played it very well. What was it kind of like preparing for a challenge like that?
Yeah, it's hard being a super sub on a losing team. So back then when I had Javinko, Josie, Michael Bradley, Victor Vasquez in his prime, I was content with coming off the bench and scoring those late goals. But coming back to Canada after my stint in Europe, it was probably one of the best moments in my career. I still remember the first home match at BMO, hearing the Canadian national anthem played before the kickoff. It was an emotional moment, but a special moment. And of course, being able to play in front of friends and family. My parents were there at the time. It was a special time of my career.
Then you joined the Whitecaps and you became a key veteran player on that side. What was it like winning the 2022 Canadian Championship, going out in style, and also being able to mentor some key young players?
It was huge, not only for the group of players, but it was huge for the club. You know, not winning any hardware since 2015. I think we were due for some type of trophy, some type of accolade within the club. And, you know, it was a culmination of everyone's hard work and, you know, and how the team evolved. And, you know, obviously since then we won another one. So we're trending in the right direction as a club. And, you know, during the time it was very impactful for the club.
And then, of course, your two chapters, Toronto and Vancouver, they funnily enough intersected on May 8, 2022. Just funnily enough, my birthday, so that's why I remember this very clearly. You scored a late winner against your old club in TFC with the Whitecaps. Kind of how funny, special, weird was that moment when you scored that goal, knowing that you win the game?
Obviously special personally. It's a nice feeling inside to score against your old club, and especially a game winner in that fashion. You know, late goal. But obviously got to remain respectful, so I did not celebrate. But definitely a special moment for myself, and obviously getting the win was special as well.
When you hung up the boots, you transitioned for your post-playing career to the front office in 2023, liaison of player and club engagement. What has that role been like, and what does it all entail?
It's been great. You know, I was prepared for the transition. Like you guys may know, during my last couple years with the club, I was in a dual role where I was, you know, fulfilling my soccer obligations, training, you know, leaving the training pitch at 1 and then going to the downtown office and working in the office. And I did that for 2 years. So once it was time to hang up the boots and retire, it was a smooth transition. But this first year has been, you know, a lot of learning. I got to, you know, step into each department, make an impact across, you know, all the departments of the business side, and then on the soccer operations side as well. So I've helped with events, partnerships. I've been in marketing and brand meetings. I've been obviously very much in the community, fostering those relationships and helping, key community organizations connect better with the players and the club and building those relationships, because it's a part of the culture. In my opinion, a sporting club should be the pillar of your community. It should show the community and the market the right values, should promote good ideologies and good values across the entire city. So that's kind of what it's been now. Also helped on the soccer ops side with, acquiring some players and helping bring some players in. So it's been great. It's been very broad, but I think as my years go on, it will narrow down, and then I will, kind of hone in on one specific role.
We got to ask you a few as well about this new opportunity. Just curious, you mentioned it's a childhood dream to do something like this. So how did it come about, and when did someone come up to you, be like, okay, we have an idea? Did you maybe throw your name into the hat? Kind of how did this all come about?
Well, ever since the TSN and doing the broadcast in that World Cup, I'm now the club spokesman. So whenever there's MC events, I'm often the one doing the MC events. Whenever there's speaking engagements with the city, for example, I'm doing a speech for the chief firefighters this weekend. I step up to that role. So the marketing team seen an opportunity to use me in the EMLS space and be the EM player, which is a first time in the league history. So definitely came from marketing, but it's exciting, and it's exciting to do something new. I'm never scared to step out of my comfort zone.
So how long have you been interested in playing FIFA/FC? Did you grow up playing the old games, and do you remember what is the first FIFA game you've ever played?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm more of a first-person shooter, Call of Duty. I obviously played Fortnite back in the day, so I'm more of a first-person shooter type of guy. And especially being a soccer player, it was hard for me to train all day and then go home and then play soccer on video game as well, or football video game. But I picked it up again, and I have those natural dexterity from obviously playing Call of Duty lots and stuff. So I've been training, but I got to put in some work to make sure I can match up with these guys.
Of course, I mean, I'm sure as you'll know, like any game like this, just learning the meta, learning the skills, all that, it takes time. But as you know, you've got some advantages as well from your career. The fact that you've played in front of big crowds, you're kind of used to that pressure. Do you think there's some advantages to be gained from that side, especially because, as we all know, playing video games can sometimes be a bit emotional and not in a good way?
Yeah, I almost broke my controller a couple times in the last week, so got to definitely temper those emotions. But yeah, I mean, obviously been there on the professional stage, ton of professional appearances, but I'm not sure if it translates. I'm trying to play nice football, tiki-taka, like try to bring players in, bring them out, and play long balls and trying to do things that I would typically do on the field or want to see on the field, but it's not translating. So like you said, I got to try to find the meta, have to improve on crossing and stuff, because I've seen some easy goals coming from crosses. So it's going to be an adjustment, but it's fun, and it's all a game in the end.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, behind closed doors myself, I've been playing this since maybe like FIFA 2008. I've definitely broken a few things, kicked a hole through a wall. Like, it's something you're not proud of. And I always just ask myself, like, what am I getting out of this? So I'm curious, what do you think you're going to get out of this adventure? What are you hoping to get out of this adventure besides maybe a couple broken controllers?
I mean, when I think about the video game space, the streamer space, the online sports, and, the whole Twitch, EMLS type thing, it's a platform. You're seeing kids now earn significant revenue from playing video games, from streaming online. And not only that, it's also a platform to connect people. When you talk about mental health, for me as a child, it was an escape. When things were going tough, I'd pick up the controller and jump in Mario, and just play and forget about everything. So there's an opportunity there to not only play games, have fun, and then obviously the 1% earning revenue, but there's also an opportunity for connecting with people, connecting with friends, having, strong conversations, even talking about mental health once in a while. There's an opportunity for all of that. And I think it's a space that could be utilized in the right way if you come in with the right intentions.
It's the right mindset. I like that. But to end off the episode, we're going to do some rapid fire questions, definitely foot related. So let's see how you're going to do. We're going to start off with Who is your favorite Canadian player to use on FC24?
That's a good question. Alfonso Davies for sure. Have him in at left back, the pace, burning up and down the line, get him tracking back to defend. He was. I just got him a couple days ago, and he's been key to my team.
Who is your favorite player that you've used so far in Foot?
Favorite player was or is Harry Kane. He's been the biggest player I packed. It's like the special card. I'm not sure what it's called. It's a little red and purplish. But he's been my striker since I packed him.
Are you more of a Rivals or Foot Champs guy?
Rivals. I've played a couple Champions games, and I took some licks.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to yell during a game?
10.
10, yeah, happens every time.
Already closed in my room. My girlfriend is like, shut the door. I'm screaming. I'm passionate. I'm going to be passionate on this stream, that's for sure.
So when you're playing, music or no music?
No music, headset, locked in. Maybe a little bit of basketball or MLS, depending on what's on the side, but locked in, no music.
What's your favorite icon in Foot? Even if you haven't used any ones that you have maybe on your wish list.
Icon, I have Cannavaro right now as my center back. Best center back I have. Obviously a legend, so he's my favorite icon.
And what's your favorite formation in game?
Formation, I'm playing like a 4-3-3 with 3 center mids and like a tight front 3. All out attack. I'm getting my fullbacks forward. I have them programmed to overlap, so they're getting up and all out attack.
Oh, so you kind of teased it a bit there, but what kind of style of play can we expect at the first event from you?
Direct, speed, typical to what you've seen when I was playing. Running. I want those little avatars burnt out by the end of the 90 minutes. I'm using all my subs.
All right, Toss, is there anything that any of the viewers who are watching right now need to know about you stepping into this realm? Where to find you or anything like that?
I mean, obviously, you can find me on my socials at the St. Kids on Instagram and Twitter. But I'm just excited. I'm excited to connect with the other pros. I'm excited to see, what their life is about, how they got to where they are. But I'm also excited to connect potentially some of the first team players here at Whitecaps with that community as well. I know there's a lot of gamers within the locker room, so there may be times when a player substitutes in for me and plays a game, which could be cool. I know maybe Ryan Gold, maybe Ali Ahmed. I know he plays as well. So these type of players may be stepping in for me.
Are you confident with allowing them to swap in? I mean, they got it?
I mean, there's definitely going to be trials. I mean, they're not just going to get the kit and pick up the controllers and play. So I may have to hold a tournament, maybe after training one day, have a few players play off, see who's the best, and then that's who earns the spot. Nothing's given.
Nothing's given. I like it. Tosaint Ricketts, I really appreciate this interview with Alex and myself. Best of luck on this adventure. I know it'll be an exciting one.
Thank you very much, and have a good day, guys.